Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play a zoo. And today I am so excited because we are getting a mod, or we already got it, but we have a mod here that bring in an animal from a category of animals that are very unoverseen in Planet Zoo, which is all of the reptiles. Basically, all of them, some more than others, but definitely the reptiles are pretty much forgotten. And the one we are looking at here is the Northern Caiman Lizard, and it's made by Leaf and MGR Gaming Racks. And as you know, normally I say exactly how they read it. I have joined the Discord for planning zoo modding to try to educate myself a little more about actually what goes into a mod, but also ask some of these questions in there. And I just got confirmed that MGR is Mega Gaming Rex. It's the same person, so in the future I will just say Mega Gaming Rex to not confuse anyone as much as I have been confused. Anyway, the Northern Cayman Lizard here is this beautiful lizard. It's yeah, I think you know what a lizard is or you're not. But they are these reptiles, mostly cold-blooded. Some of them have gorgeous colors, mostly the tropical ones. Some of them are more desert-based and therefore more sandy-colored. Their colors are mostly made for uh, hiding and camouflaging, but some of them can also have them as warning signals, kind of like we see with some kinds of poisonous frogs. So yeah, this one have these. We're gonna start at the tail, sandy yellow stripe with this grayish color. And then green, and then up in the face it have these beautiful orangey red colors. I will though say this version I have here, I think it's a little bit photoshopped. It's the only picture I found where it's so pigmented, so it is a possibility that it is a little photoshopped that way. It meaning that other pictures I've seen are more discreet in colors. I have also seen pictures where the green are a little more blue toned, and I have seen pictures where the red is more orange or pale yellowish, or brown yellowish. So therefore there's a few color changes that way. I have also seen some of them seems to have a little longer snout area, but besides that they pretty much looks the same. I will just mention again, if you don't know lizards, the feet are very unique for lizards, having these very long fingers with these kind of chrome. I was gonna say what's it called? The one eagles have talon form claws on the end of it. They don't extinct the thing in extend the finger. It's been basically just goes down this way, and it's because then if you put a flat paw on a tree, you won't really stick to it. So instead, the claws go in this way, and you can climb much more and stick better to things. However, I don't expect them to climb in the game. However, I actually didn't check. I forgot to click on that. So, okay, they disappeared. They were just here because they do swim. However, placed a little low in the water, as you can see here. However, lizard swims in various ways, so maybe it is possible they swim like this, but I assume that it's because of the game mechanic. I forgot I wanted to get a Komodo dragon in here because I'm pretty sure that's the rig it's built on. I'm not gonna quarantine. Yeah, I forget. In here I turned everything off so they shouldn't get sick or anything like that. Maybe it'd have an injury. But let's see the filler here. Gonna drop him over here. Komodo dragon. And that was a male. Of course, I always compare the males to make sure that gender size or looks doesn't affect the comparisons. However, for both of them, I'm pretty sure the male and female are a little looking a lot alike, so therefore it wouldn't change so much here. But in general, if you can't see the difference based on simply color, I'm pretty sure you can see the difference in size. So yeah, there's a lot of differences. They are also easier for many zoos to keep. One being the size of them, they are easier to keep. One being the fact that it's a tropical. I think I haven't checked, but I'm guessing, according to the color, again, I'm guessing it's tropical. And a lot of zoos have these tropical houses with multiple small terrariums where Komodo dragons need more space, more land, and different biome. Again, they also live partially tropical, but more like sandy, rocky areas. So yeah, I don't think like head shape is different. Everything is different. The only comparisons is the fact that they walk on all four and they are reptilians. Even though I will just mention here again the claws. If they got them right, yeah, you can see here they didn't get them perfectly right, but maybe it is possible that it's because they going through. No, they don't continue through the ground. They should. Where the Komodo dragons here are meant to walk on a flat surface, so therefore their claws would not go that way because then they would hurt their claws every time they walk. Again, a lot of reptilians can both walk on land and climb, but they are most likely only built for once. They are critical endangered, and as you can see here, the Caiman Lizard. It's called, keeping in mind, they were called something else. Yeah, the mud calls them Northern Caiman Lizard, where in here it's only called Caiman Lizard. So I assume they don't intend to add more Caiman Lizards in here. That's just a thought. Population in the wild is unknown. They are from South America, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and the Guianas. Sorry. Big chunk of South America, and again, tropical and aquatic biomes. Makes sense, they swim. But as I say, they look like they are built for tropical biome colors and the climbing claw placement. One of them need 240 square meters of land and 220 of water. They don't need deep water and they don't need climbing, which I find a little weird. I can place in a minute. I will place the climbing frame in here so we can look and see if anyone climbs. However, I don't think they're gonna do because of the game mechanics, and the Komodo dragon doesn't climb, so I'm not sure if they can add climbing to a normally not climbing animal. I just wanted to mention it. Live in places from 13 to 42 degrees Celsius, luckily all the way up to 42 and not only 40, but keep in mind temperate zoos, tiger zoos, tundra zoos, give them a heater and give them a house. Again, a lot of reptilians, and especially those from the tropical area, need a very specific humidity. That's also why they focus a lot of that in the exhibit boxes. I know a lot of us don't like the exhibit boxes, but they need this constant humidity. So therefore, if you aren't placed in a tropical biome, I would still just give them a house or a habitat inside of a house, glass walls, all of that, so you can control the humidity in every single habitat. Again, if you make a tropical house, but no matter what, you need a way to control the humidity in their house. Yeah, sorry, I'm loving reptilian animals. I kind of really wanted a new one lately. I grew up with reptiles here at home, so It's something you just either you love them or you hate them, and for me, it's a love. Grade 2 fence, 4 feet 95. I would say it should be climb proof, but again, game mechanic, and I'm not sure that these are coded to be able to climb. Group sizes from 1 to 6. That's actually a lot for reptilians. However, I think they only eat bugs. One male, 5 females, and bachelorette groups from 1 to 6 seems to be based on age, the dominance, and they are promiscuous, confident around humans, and yes, humans can enter the habitat. However, it don't mean that it necessarily will be comfortable for humans. We have all like I personally only walk into these habitats if I have to because I wear makeup. My dad always have issues because he wear glasses and so on. So there's a little plus and minus with these specific habitats. However, a lot of them has these kind of hair dryers stuck to a wall where you can demystify your glasses and cameras and such, but it's not always the best way. They grow to 1.2 meters, that's 120 centimeters, and it's just under 4 feet, I'm guessing. So they're actually bigger than I thought they would be. They live for around 20 years. A lot of reptiles lives longer than you would have thought, and they weigh up to 10 pounds, around 5 kilos. Reach sexual maturity at age 2 and can reproduce until they die. They will lay a cluster of eggs. Most reptilians lay eggs, I think, all, not sure. 3 to 8 of them every second year, and they're pregnant for a single month. However, they should be difficult to get to reproduce in captivity. That doesn't mean that it is like that for Planet Zoo, because the game have a certain mechanic that works. But in real life, a lot of reptilians are really hard to get to reproduce. Don't have, any in-species enrichment. Again, reptilians do enjoy to have their own space in general, but for enrichment we have a lot. We have the water jet, which makes sense, again would help with the humidity. The balls I do not understand, but we have all 4 of them. Also the pumpkin down here. Rubber doggy, again, don't understand. But however, I would better understand to place it on water than any of the balls on land, because it would look funny, at least for the guests when they swim into it. Mud bath makes sense, make sure they have that one. Blood scent marker makes sense. Water jet, again, would help with the humidity. I would like them to also have the sprinkler, but they don't. Platform floats, I'm not well, they do like to sit on branches or stones on the water, so that kind of makes sense. Again, balls do not make sense for me, and personally, a lot of these balls looks like they are these thin balls with a lot of air in it, and claws do not mix well. For food enrichment, we have both underwater feeders, which I haven't seen them dive. I have seen them swim, not dive. Unless they actually dive, it don't make sense for me. Then we have the frozen plop pumpkin. Makes sense. Block of frozen fish makes partially sense because it's fish. So yeah, but they are cold-blooded, meaning that they need heat to stay warm. They do not produce their own heat. That's why they need a good stone that are heated either by the sun or a heater underneath for them to keep warm. But they also just so if they accidentally eat a block of ice, they can get cold inside and die from inside. Especially a lot of snakes have this issue in captivity that accidentally dies because they get frozen food that haven't been heated enough before they digest it. So I wouldn't personally use this. Again, it's here. You can use it personally. For my knowledge about reptilians or reptiles, I just wouldn't put ice in here in any capacity. But the restrained feeder would make tons of sense. Use their muscles, get them used to moving around, especially if they come from captivity. Maybe they had a really small terrarium before, and you just want to get them started on climbing and using their muscles again. So based on that, yeah, definitely. I just mentioned, you can see here the feeder is going, but they do not dive. However, I had this issue with the crocodile the other day, so therefore I thought we could just cheat a little bit. We can drop some of them over here, because over here they kind of have to swim a lot to get around, and then I will at the same time pull this up. I think it's around here. I usually place it, and we will see if they climb. I do not. Well, that part is actually really, really easy to see. Travel bottle areas you can see here, they cannot climb. I would love them to. I would honestly love them to, but I understand that if that's a limits of the game, that then the modders just can't keep doing things. One thing is, I have a little issues pointing out the babies. I know I have babies in here. I have 21 babies in here out of 28. 20. Okay, the numbers is dwindling right now. I think this may be a baby. Yeah, this is a baby. So if I can pull up the baby and place that one here, then we have a also baby. Can we get a... Okay, we're gonna place a female to the left and a adult to a male to the further left, I think, just to make it a little easier on ourselves. Okay, I didn't make that clear, but I think it's easy to see here the size different for the babies. They are just smaller versions, which most reptilian babies you can see in the beginning, they either have a lot of color compared to the adult that will fade, or they have less color that will get more prominent when they start to shed their scales. Or yeah, they have a really funky eye, all of them. I'm pretty sure it's same model. This one, however, have gotten hurt. I'm not sure if it's one of the reptiles with the extra eyelid. If it is so, or not an extra, completely closed eyelid. Some reptiles have these eyelids that stay closed but are see-through instead, so the eye is permanently protected as much as our eyes are when it's closed. You know, our eyes are more vulnerable when we open them, but because they can see through the eyelids, more protection all the time. You can also see the coloration here is not the same as we had over here. And that's also what I said with, I think this may have been a tiny bit photoshopped, because the other pictures I found, a lot of them have this color. Very beautifully done. I would like more details, but because of the size, I honestly understand why. This seems very much painted on. You can see up here it's built. You can see in 3D it's built, where when we move around, especially here on the neck, it seems to be more. It actually have a little bit of texture. It looks flat from this angle. Um, and the same with this. It looks very much painted on, and I'm not sure if it actually is, but it seems a little flat. I would like a little more deepness in that, a little more shadow in here. That's personally, but again, very much based on the fact on whether you are a reptilian fan or not. If you just want this one reptilian and you don't really care about them, this is fine. You can play your game fine. And it's just, I love reptilians a lot, and I'm actually really hyped for this much more than I thought it would be. Like, I will say though, the claws seems more right here. You can see here this idea of it going this way, so it grabs onto things. But if they walk a lot on a flat surface, like a rock or so on, so it will like scratch the claws down, kind of when a cat uses the scratching trees to file down the claws. It's kind of the same idea. However, the reptile don't want the claws to get filed down. I do not like the way the scars are placed. It very much looks like something that's just sticks on top, but I'm not even sure if the mothers does that or if it's the it's just already placed from the reg. They did get these weird long toes, and here you can actually see a different in size, which I really like the detail here. It is individual from reptile to reptile, but they are placed in a way where you have more strength in shorter toes, but you have more grip in larger toes. So these ones would help a lot to grip along around the stem, but you would have more power in these, keeping you up. The same here, more grip in the longer ones, and more power in the shorter ones. Again, placed differently. Yeah, but all over it's beautiful. I would like the ear hole to be a actual hole, and the nose is almost gone. It should be there. But again, small details, and I'm just happy we get reptiles. I would like a personal note, if any modders wants to build a mod that changes these fish for smaller fish, for the smaller animals. These fish are perfect for big animals like polar bear, great size fish. It looks weird for these small lizards. But let's see over here. I'm pretty sure we still do not have anyone diving. We can place all of them over here, actually. Should we just drop the Komodo dragon in here too? Why not? We can, so we will. So yeah, we are just adding 26 extra lizards over here. I think they're supposed to have the face around water, especially because you see when they stop and take those breathing breaks, they are still underwater again. But for some lizard, it would make sense to stay just underwater to keep a lookout for insects or something like that. Other lizard, it would make sense to have the head above water. Oh, we have a diver. We have a diver. So they do dive. Important. We got the million-old question answered. They do dive. And with that, guys, I think I answered every question you may have about this beautiful Northern Caiman Lizard. And probably also answered some questions you never had. So, yeah. As always, guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. Really hope to see you again. I'll learn in comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.